What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. If you like Madden 23 rebuilds, then you came to the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make some suggestions in the comments below for other types of rebuilds you would like to see. If I choose your comment, I will feature it in that video. Today we're going to be doing a 5-year rebuild of the Buffalo Bills. They just lost in the playoffs in real life. I did actually go through and force wins and losses on the playoffs, just like it was that happened in real life. The only thing that we don't know at this point in time, as I'm recording this video, is who's going to win between the Chiefs and the Bengals, the Eagles and the 49ers. But as you can see, the Eagles ended up making it to the Super Bowl and they beat the Bengals. Eagles won their second Super Bowl. Darius Slay won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Nick Sirianni won Coach of the Year with the Eagles. Devontae Adams won Offensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year with the 49ers. Kenneth Walker won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Seahawks. Jalen Petrie won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Texans. Check out the season stats, and the Bills had the number 4 ranked offense. They have a high-powered offense. Defensively, they ranked number 1. Wow. Josh Allen threw for 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 63% completion with a 96 rating. Rushing-wise, Devin Singletary, 800 yards, 4.6 per carry with 5 touchdowns. Josh Allen, over 700 yards, 6.1 per carry with 7 touchdowns. James Cook, 500 yards, 5.7 per carry with 2 touchdowns. We all know that Stephon Diggs is the man in Buffalo. He had 108 catches, 1,400 yards with 11 touchdowns. Gabe Davis had 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. Dawson Knox had 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. Isaiah McKenzie, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Defensively, Tremaine Evans led the team in tackles with 102. Matt Milano had 12 TFLs. Rousseau had 11. Von Miller had 11. And Rousseau and Miller both led the team in sacks with 8. Epinesa had 6.5, Shaq Lawson had 3.5, Ed Oliver had 2.5. Jordan Poyer led the team in interceptions with 4, Matt Milano had 3, Jackson had 2, Elam had 2, Basham, Johnson, Benford, Johnson, Edmonds, and White all had 1 interception. Running back Tywan Jones retired from the Bills after 12 years in the NFL. We have $34 million in cap space, looking at players to re-sign before free agency starts. Jordan Poyer, I do want to bring him back, but I need to make sure we bring Tremaine Edmonds back first. 25 years old, 86 overall, star dev, middle linebacker. He has a lot of interest in coming back to the team. Wants a 5-year deal for about 47 mil. He's coming back. We got 26 million left. I'm going to move on from Singletary. We're going to roll with James Cook and Nyheim Hines at running back. Isaiah McKenzie is pretty much peaked out. 28 years old, 78 overall. Going to move on from him. I'm not really interested in any of these other guys, so let's go ahead and try to get Poyer. Wants a 2-year deal for 26 mil. Doesn't have any interest in really re-signing, so we're gonna have to bump it up a little bit. He wants to go to free agency. All right, moving on. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Josh Allen's a 94 X factor. We're gonna roll with Cook and Hines at running back for at least this season. Stephon Diggs is at 96 X factor. Gabe Davis is at 84 star dev. Could use a 3rd receiver. Offensive line is pretty much in a transitional period. These 2 guys are pretty old. Dawkins is like 29. The right side is pretty young, but we need to do some changing and some upgrading here for sure. Dawson Knox is a pretty good tight end. Defensively, we need to get another defensive tackle, maybe even another defensive end. We just brought Edmonds back at middle linebacker. We need some safeties on this team for sure, especially since we just lost Poyer. Hyde is injured, so I guess we'll be getting him back, so we just need 1 safety. Tre'Davious White, 92 X factor at corner. Could use a 3rd corner. Also, almost forgot that we have Von Miller on the team. He's on the injured list, so that's why he wasn't showing up. So he's definitely going to be one of our defensive ends. Free agency, I'm only bringing in strong safety Julian Love. He's an 80 overall star dev, 25 years old. Got him on a 4-year deal. And also right tackle Terrence Steele. He's 26 years old, 79 overall with normal dev on a 2-year deal. First round of the draft, we have pick number 28. I'm going to draft this cornerback, Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State. He's a man-to-man. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds. Projected to go first to 2nd round. He's 21 years old. Good acceleration, good agility, good speed, solid in everything else. Normal dev, 92 speed. 2nd round, I'm going to draft this wide receiver, Cedric Tillman from Tennessee. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. He's a deep threat, scheme fit, 22 years old. He has solid in everything, and then he has good jumping, good speed, good strength. Normal dev with 91 speed. Third round, I'm going to draft this center, Jared Patterson from Notre Dame. He's 6'4", 307 pounds, and he's a power scheme fit. 23 years old. He has decent acceleration, solid agility, great change of direction with solid and everything else. Normal dev with 85 strength. Fourth round, I'm going to draft this defensive end, Byron Young from Alabama. He's 6'3", 292 pounds. He's a run stop and scheme fit. 23 years old. Solid acceleration, decent agility, marginal change of direction, solid jumping, poor speed with good strength. Normal dev with 84 strength. Fifth round, I'm going to draft this right tackle, Wanya Morris from Oklahoma. He's 6'5", 301 pounds, and he's a power guy. 21 years old. He has good acceleration, great change of direction with good speed. Normal dev with 85 strength. Another fifth round pick here. I'm going to draft this running back, Dwayne McBride from UAB. He's 5'11", 215 pounds. He's a power back, scheme fit. 21 years old, and he's a top fit for us. He has good jumping, decent speed, good strength, decent acceleration and agility. Normal dev with only 87 speed. Yikes. Looking at the draft recap, first round pick Emmanuel Forbes is only a 73 overall, and he only has normal dev, but I'm probably going to go ahead and make him a starter in the slot. He's got 92 speed, 73 man coverage, and 71 zone coverage. Need to try to develop him. Second round pick Cedric Tillman, the wide receiver, is a 71 overall. Probably going to make him the starter in the slot also on the offensive side. Normal dev. And he has 91 speed, 90 acceleration, 81 catching, 83 catching traffic. So he can actually catch, and he has decent speed. So yeah, we're going to try to develop him for sure. The rest of the guys are all 66, 65, 67. So they're probably just going to be career backups most likely. Check out the entire NFL draft recap. The Chicago Bears took Tyree Wilson with the #1 pick, 74 overall. Bryce Young went to the Texans. Will Levis went to the Cardinals. Will Anderson Jr. went to the Colts, and Jalen Carter was the highest in the draft, 79 overall, that went to the Raiders. This is the starting lineup for the first season. Josh Allen's a 94 X Factor. We're going to go with Cooks at running back. 1, he's 76 overall, normal dev. Young, he's in the second season, so maybe he'll develop. Stephon Diggs, 96 X Factor. Gabe Davis is 84 star dev. And then our wide receiver we drafted in the second round is going to be our slot receiver, 72 with normal dev. This is the offensive line. Definitely going to have to improve on these two guys fast. And then we brought in Terrence Steele at right tackle. Dawson Knox is 83 with star dev. Defensively, Tre'Davious White is a 93 X Factor. He's our #1 cornerback. And then we got Johnson at cornerback 2. He's 83 with normal dev. I'm going to go ahead and keep Elam here in the slot. He's only in his second year, and he's a 74 overall with normal dev. I know we just drafted Forbes in the first round, but he's just going to be like our 4th string guy, I guess. We got Roussel, Jones, Oliver, and Von Miller on the defensive line. We brought Evans back in free agency. Matt Milano, and then we got Bernard at other linebacker. Signed Julian Love at strong safety. He's 81 with star dev, and Micah Hyde's at 90 with superstar dev. As far as all the schemes and playbooks go, we're keeping all the default build stuff. We got the vertical power run, 70% scheme fit, and we're going 4-3/4 on defense, 86% scheme fit, and then Buffalo's offensive and defensive playbooks. At the midseason point, we're off to a decent start. We're 4-3, second in the division to the 6-1 Patriots. The Dolphins are 3-3, and the Jets are 1-5. See what players we have to negotiate with here. We only have $17 million in cap space. Micah Hyde is 32 years old, probably gonna wait till the end of the year. I don't even know if we're gonna have enough to bring him back or not. Gabe Davis, I definitely want to bring him back. And Ed Older. Man, we have like no money. Not looking good for us long term. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and offer Gabe Davis a deal. He's 24 years old, 84 overall, scheme fit with star dev. He wants a 3-year deal for almost 40 mil. He wants more years. Alright, that means that we only have 4.5 million left. Alright, I'm going to go to the end of the season before we try to re-sign anyone else. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7. We made the playoffs. We got second in the division. The Patriots went 12-5. The Dolphins went 7-10, and the Jets went 3-14. See what happened with the player stats. We had the number 13th ranked offense. Not bad, but not great, I guess. And the number 23 ranked defense. That's terrible. Josh Allen threw for 4,800 yards, 38 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions, 62% completion with the 103 rating. Pretty great season. James Cook did terrible at running back. 468 yards, 3.4 per carry, 3 touchdowns. Hines, 454 yards, 3.4 per carry with 7 touchdowns. Josh Allen did better than them, 4.9 per carry, 7 touchdowns. Diggs had almost 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns. The rookie Cedric Tillman had 1,000 yards with 17 touchdowns. Holy crap. He's probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Gabe Davis, 891 yards, 5 touchdowns. Dawson Knox, 700 yards with 3 touchdowns. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds led the team in tackles with 126. Roussel and Oliver both had 16 TFLs. Von Miller led the team in sacks with 18. Nice. Roussel had 11. Oliver had 10. Tremaine Edmonds had 4 interceptions. Tre'Davious White had 2. And then Hyde, Forbes, Elam, and Spector all had 1 interception. Going to be playing against the 11-6 Cincinnati Bengals in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Patriots against the Ravens and the Texans against the Raiders. Chiefs got a first round bye week. And we ended up blowing out the Bengals 42-7. That's crazy. Now we're going to be playing against the 10-7 Raiders in the divisional round. They just beat the Texans 35-17. On the other side, we had the Chiefs going against the Baltimore Ravens. We beat the Raiders 27-14, advancing to the AFC Conference Championship, who were going to be playing against the 10-7 Baltimore Ravens. And they were number 7 seed, and they beat the number 2 seed Patriots. And then they knocked out the Chiefs 35-10. Dang. On the other side, we have the Buccaneers against the 49ers. AFC Conference Championship in Buffalo. We up 3-0 in the first. Now we're up 10-0 in the second. We're up 17-0 in the second. 17-3. 24-3 in the third quarter. We're winning by a lot. 31-10 in the third. Now we're up 31-17 in the fourth. 31-24. Baltimore came all the way back. Now we're up by 10 and we won the game. Going to the Super Bowl. We made it to the Super Bowl and the 49ers made it there as well. They went 9-8 on the regular season. Let's check out how they did it. They started out as a number 4 seed. They beat the Saints 28-21. Then they beat the Eagles by 1 point, 36-35. And they beat the Buccaneers by 3 points, 31-28. I'm going to go check out the 49ers season stats and see what they have at quarterback. They put Trey Lance as their starter. He threw for 3,200 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. And then Andy Dalton came in for a little bit. Brock Purdy ain't getting no playing time. Man, they're doing them dirty. Christian McCaffrey had 1,100 yards, 4.8 per carry with 8 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel had 889 yards, the most on their team, so they had no 1,000-yard receivers. Playing in the Super Bowl, we're down 3-0 in the first. Now it's tied 3-3. Second quarter, we're down 10-3. Now it's 10-6. We're down by 4 in the second. Now we're up 13-10 in the second. Third quarter, we're up 15-10, 18-10. It's a crazy score. Now we're up 18-16 in the fourth. Can we hold them off? We're up 21-16, and 49ers came back and scored at the very end. Really cannot believe the 49ers came back at the very end to take the win from us, man. Trey Lance had a 93 rating, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen only had a 70 rating, 299 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Why is it so bad? Because he only had a 52% completion. Wow. Rushing yards, Christian McCaffrey led the team for them, and Cook led the team for us. Stephon Diggs had 8 catches, 124 yards, but Brandon Ayuk was the big dog for them, 2 touchdowns. 49ers won their 6th Super Bowl ever. Cornerback Charvarius Ward won Super Bowl MVP with the 49ers. Our quarterback Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season. Todd Bowles won Coach of the Year with the Buccaneers. Nick Chubb won Offensive Player of the Year with the Browns. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. Our wide receiver Cedric Tillman won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nice. Miles Murphy won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Seahawks. Quarterback Matt Barkley retired after 11 years, and left guard Roger Saffold retired after 14 years. We only have 27 million left in cap space, and I want to try to bring back all 3 of these guys, Micah Hyde, Gabe Davis, and Ed Oliver. So what I'm thinking is we're only going to have enough money to sign 2 of them, and then we can try to franchise tag a 3rd one. So I'm going to go ahead and offer Gabe Davis a deal. We offered him a 3-year deal before and he turned it down. What if we give him a 4-year offer? What does that say? It's coming back. We got 12 million left. Want to get Ed Oliver. Do we have enough money for him? Ooh, we do not. How much do we have for... Do we have enough to try to get Micah Hyde? He wants 12.1 mil. Let's offer that to him and see. He wants to go to a new team. That's freaking guy. Alright, let's go Ed Oliver. Let's offer him a 1-year deal. but let's peek it up a little bit. Dang it. All right, well, unfortunately we're gonna have to franchise tag one of them. How much is his? 18 million, and Ed Oliver 23 million. Wow. All right, well, I don't want to lose Ed Oliver, so we're gonna have to franchise tag him and keep him. Gonna go negative 11 million in order to do it, but had to be done. This is what the team looks like before free agency. Josh Allen's a 99 X Factor. Cook is a 77, and Hines lost his star dev. So I mean, we're pretty much stuck with the team that we have, minus what we do in the draft. But Timlin jumped up the superstar dev since he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, so that's good to see for sure. Offensive line, we're gonna have to roll with these guys because we have $0 in free agency. Defensively, we're gonna have to get creative here. I'm gonna move Basham to defensive tackle. He was a defensive end, but he's like 290 pounds, I think, or 288. The biggest issue we're gonna have is free safety. So I'm thinking that if we can't get one in the draft, we're gonna have to move one of our corners because we have 4 like pretty decent corners here. Might have to move Johnson or Elam to safety over there, but we'll see how the draft goes. Here in free agency, as you see on the top right hand corner, we have negative 10 million in cap space, so we cannot sign anybody going to the draft. Here in the first round of the draft, we have pick number 31. Since we lost the Super Bowl, we could really use a safety for sure. We need one, but I'm looking at all 3 of these guys, and to me, they look like they're not worth it for a first round pick. The other thing that we really need for sure, 1000%, is a running back, and this power back right here looks like he could be good. I'm gonna go ahead and draft him. His name is Kevin Pitts. He's from UCF, 6 foot, 223 pounds, power back, scheme fit. 22 years old. He has great acceleration, decent agility, and change of direction with good jumping, decent speed, and good strength. He has a chance to have A in a lot of stuff, so he's got hidden dev, nice. 88 speed. Here in the second round, I'm going to draft this free safety Tyrone Amonson from North Carolina. He's 6'2", 215 pounds. He's a run support guy. 22 years old. He's a top fit for us. He has good speed with elite strength, and he has decent and everything else with marginal agility. I know for sure he has B hit power and B pursuit. This guy hidden dev with 89 speed. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft this left guard, Taj Sherrills from Washington. He's 6'6", 333 pounds. He's a power scheme fit. Have him 65% scouted. He's 22 years old. Solid acceleration, good agility, solid change of direction, poor jumping. I don't think that matters because your offensive linemen don't jump. Decent speed and good strength. Normal dev with 88 strength. Here in the fourth round, I'm going to draft this safety, Demarius Tate from Tennessee. He's 5'11", 222 pounds. He's a hybrid scheme fit. He is 24 years old, so he's a little bit older, but I'm hoping that means he's going to be, a little bit higher overall. He has change of direction is great, decent jumping, great speed, and good strength. Normal dev with 91 speed. Here in the fifth round, I'm going to draft this running back, BJ Westerman from Iowa. He's 5'10", 230 pounds. He's a power back scheme fit. 22 years old, and he's a top fit for us. He has marginal acceleration, solid agility, poor change of direction, but he has good jumping, good speed with elite strength. So it's basically just a goal line power back. Normal dev with 91 speed, 84 strength. Seventh round, pick number 31. This is the last pick that we have. I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, Damian Myrick from Clemson. He's 6'5", 295 pounds. He's a run stopper. 23 years old. He has solid in everything but good speed and good strength. Normal dev, 88 strength. Checking out the draft recap, it looks like we did not do so great in the draft. I mean, Kevin Pitts, the running back, first round, he's only a 72 overall, which is not as high as I was hoping for, but he does have hidden dev. He has 88 speed, 83 break tackle, 92 acceleration, 84 agility with 93 carrying, 78 strength, and he can catch. He has 74 catch. Probably going to make him the starter just to start out with since he has hidden dev. Free safety I drafted in the second round is only a 63. The heck, man. But he has hidden dev though. How does that make sense, Madden? He has 89 speed with 67 zone coverage, 64 tackle, 80 pursuit. The rest of the guys that I drafted, 65 overall left guard in the third round, 66 overall safety in the fourth round, 68 overall running back in the fifth round, and then a 64 overall defensive tackle in the seventh round. Let's see what the rest of the NFL draft recap's looking like. Number 1 pick was a 75 defensive end that went to the Cardinals. Highest in the whole class, 81 tight end that went to the Jaguars. 76 running back that went to the Patriots in the third round. Dang. This is what the starting lineup is looking like for season 2. Josh Allen's a 96 X factor. I'm gonna make Pitts the starting running back over Cook and Hines. Probably gonna end up trading both of them away because if I don't, the computer's gonna keep moving them as starters. I want Pitts to develop. He has hidden dev and he's young, so we'll just go ahead and keep McBride as the backup. Diggs is a 97 X factor. Tillman's a 78 with superstar dev coming off his offensive rookie of the year award. Davis is an 86 star dev. Offensive line is okay, it's not terrible. Dawson Knox at tight end is 85 with star dev. Defensively, I did end up moving Elam to free safety. He was our 4th cornerback. I think he was like a 74 overall. So he's a 72 overall at safety and he's a scheme fit and he's way better than all these other guys that we have. So for now, that's where he's going to be at. Maybe later we can move him back to corner if we need to. Linebackers are looking pretty good. Bernard went up to star dev. Evans is 89 and Milano is 83. Love's 82 with star dev. We got Rousseau is 87 with superstar. Oliver is 85 with superstar. Von Miller is a 91 with X factor. Defensive line is nasty besides Basham. And then Tre'Davious White's a 94 superstar. Forbes is a 76 with normal dev. And Johnson's a 84 with normal dev. I'll put both the running backs, James Cook and Nyheim Hines, on the trade block, and the Eagles are willing to give me defensive tackle Jordan Davis for it. I'm definitely going to do that. We need to upgrade a defensive tackle. At the midseason point, we're leading the division with a 5-2 record. The Jets and Patriots are both 3-4, and the Dolphins are 1-6. Let's see what players we have to negotiate with. We have $63 million in cap space. I'm surprised. I thought we were going to have like 0, but that probably means that we have a lot of people we're going to have to re-sign. Yeah, it looks like there's like 5 or 6 guys. So Deion Dawkins at left tackle, definitely got to bring him back. He wants 2 years, $33 million, and he has a ton of interest. Let's try to lower him down a little bit since he has so much interest. My bad. He wants 3 years. My bad, bro. Ed Oliver, definitely need to bring him back. He wants a 2-year deal for $23 million. That's a bargain since you just got paid $23 million on a franchise tag for 1 year. Let's go ahead and bump him up to a 3-year deal. He's coming back. Nice. Got $35 million left. Taron Johnson, he wants a 1-year deal for about $9.9 million. I do want to bring him back. I'm going to wait till the end of the year. He's 28, so he might regress a little bit, so we might be able to get him a little bit cheaper at the end. Matt Milano, he's 30 years old, so he's going to start regressing for sure. I'm going to wait on him. Terrence Steele, he has 0 interest. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try to bring you back anyways. Let's go 3 years. No, he wants more. Let's see, the kicker, he has like 0 interest, but let's go ahead and offer him a 3-year deal. He's coming back. He's excited to make millions to kick a football. Everyone else, but wait, hold on. Mitch Morse, 32 years old. We're gonna have to wait till the end of the year. He's gonna start regressing. Reggie Gilliam, a fullback. What the heck? Who uses fullbacks, man? Spencer Brown. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. End of the regular season, we went 12-5, won the division, and we got a first round bye week. The Jets went 8-9, the Dolphins went 6-11, and the Patriots went 5-12. See what happened with the season stats. We had the number 1 ranked offense. Dang, Josh Allen won MVP for sure this time. Number 11th ranked defense. So yeah, the team is on a Super Bowl run for sure. 5,700 yards passing for Josh Allen with 47 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 68% completion with a 110 rating. Beast mode. Rookie running back Kevin Pitts had almost 1,000 yards, 3.6 per carry with 10 touchdowns. I don't like the 3.6 per carry, but that's pretty much what we were getting from the other running backs last year, and he's only going to get better. Josh Allen, 300 yards rushing, 4.6 per carry with 9 touchdowns. Dang. Stephon Diggs, 1,300 yards receiving with 11 touchdowns. Gabe Davis, 1,300 yards receiving, 11 touchdowns. Tillman, 1,200 yards. He was 5 yards short of 1,300 with 10 touchdowns. Dawson Knox, 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Shakir had 500 yards with 5 touchdowns. Defensively, Tremaine Evans led the team in tackles with 133. Ed Oliver had 18 TFLs. Von Miller, 18.5 sacks. Ed Oliver had 6.5. Davis had 6.5. And Rousseau had 6. Tre'Davious White had 3 interceptions. And Bernard had 1. So we barely got any interceptions. I wanted to see what the dev trait was for the running back. He only has star dev. And unfortunately, he's injured this week for the playoffs. I already simulated to the next round. So because we had a bye week. Defensively, this guy hasn't got revealed. He's only a 66 overall. He only played 11 snaps. We're going to be playing against the 10-7 Jacksonville Jaguars in the divisional round. They just beat the Bengals 28-14. On the other side, we had the Raiders and the Ravens. We beat the Jaguars in a close game, 41-35. We're going to be playing against the 10-7 Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Conference Championship. The Ravens beat the Broncos 24-21. Then they just beat the Raiders 19-14. Other side, we had the Cowboys against the Bears. Playing in the AFC Conference Championship, we're down 7-0. Now it's tied 7-7. Second quarter, we're losing 10-7. Now we're losing 17-7. Third quarter, we're 17-10. Now 17-13, we're losing by 4. Now we're losing by 7 again. In the fourth quarter, we're down 20-13, and we tied it up. Now we're losing 23-20. Now it's tied 23-all. What happened? And we won? The heck? Oh, we lost, man. Why the heck they made it look like we won? The Ravens beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 28-21 to win their third Super Bowl, and their outside linebacker Trenton Simpson won MVP. Our boy Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season for back-to-back seasons. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year with the Cowboys. Lamar Jackson won Offensive Player of the Year with the Ravens. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. Sadly, Von Miller decided to retire after 14 years. We're going to have to replace him now. We have $56 million in cap space now. I guess we got a little bit extra since Von Miller decided to retire. I'm going to try to bring Deion Dawkins back on a 2-year deal. I offered him a 2-year deal last time, but I did lower it some, and he was like, no. I think he wanted more years, but we're going to go 2 years again. He's coming back. $40 million left. Taron Johnson wants a 1-year deal for 8.6. So I think we ended up saving like, I don't know, 300,000. I think we wanted 8.9 before. He wants to go to a new team. Dang, I should have upped it. That's all right. How much is it the franchise tag him? 24 million. Yeah, no thanks. Milano wants a 2-year deal for 12.5 mil. It's really not that bad for a starting linebacker. He's not interested in signing. All right. Terrence Steele, I do want to try to bring him back. We offered him a 3-year deal and he turned it down. I'll raise it up a little bit. Let's see what he says. He wants to go to free agency. Everybody wants to leave. We're like going to the Super Bowl almost every year, and they're like, no, we want to go somewhere else. Mitch Morse at center. I'll go ahead and bring him back for 1 more year. He only wants 7 mil. He wants to go to free agency. What the heck is wrong with these people? We don't need a fullback on the team. What about Spencer Brown? Can we get him to come back? He only wants barely 4 million. I don't want to go for 3 years. I wanted to up this a little bit. He's coming back. Anybody else over here? We're done with Basham. Alright, that's gonna be it. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Pitts is up to 78 with star dev, so we're gonna keep rolling with him at running back. Tillman's up to 83 superstar. Davis jumped up to superstar. On offense, the only thing that we need is a center and a right tackle. Defensively, what else do we need over here? We need to replace Von Miller. And we need a couple of outside linebacker, or at least one. We need to try to get Milano back, I guess. Could use a real free safety over here. And I guess another cornerback, or if we can get a real free safety, we can move Elam back to corner. Free agency, I got Matt Milano to come back. He's 81 overall star dev, 31 years old. Got him on a 2-year deal. Also bringing Micah Hyde back at free safety after he decided to leave us 1 year. He's 81 overall, scheme fit star dev. He's 34 years old, but he still has 90 speed. Mitch Morse coming back at center, so we're getting all of our old guys back. And then I'm bringing Samson Ebukam in at defensive end. It's not really going to be a Von Miller replacement because he's way worse, but it's all that we could afford to get. All the other defensive ends wanted like 18 million, 20 million, and you can see we only have 8 million left. Here in the first round, I'm going to draft this center, Luke Bass-Knight from Boston College. He's 6'5", 311 pounds. He's a power scheme fit, only having 50% scouted, but he's 22 years old. Good acceleration, solid agility, great change of direction, solid speed, and great strength. He's got hidden dead with 89 strength. We need help on the offensive line. Here in the second round, I'm going to draft this defensive end, Mateo Ramirez from Penn State. He's 6'4", 251 pounds, and his speed rushing scheme fit. He's 22 years old, and he has good acceleration, good change of direction, solid speed, decent strength. The main thing I like about him is that we know for sure that he has B finesse moves, and we need a pass rusher to replace Von Miller. He only has normal depth. Dang it, 79 speed, 79 strength. In the third round, I'm going to take another chance at a speed rusher here. This is outside linebacker, but he will be getting moved to defensive end. His name's Kevin Graham from Texas Tech, 6'4", 243 pounds, 21 years old. He has marginal acceleration, decent agility, and change of direction, but he has great jumping, elite speed, solid strength. His finesse move is between an A to a C, power move C to F. Know for sure he has B tackle and B pursuit. Normal dead, but he has 86 speed though. Fourth round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Troy Bryan. He's from Western Michigan and 6'2", 241 pounds. He's a run stopper, 22 years old. He has elite acceleration, solid agility, and change of direction with elite speed and solid strength. Normal dead with 86 speed. Fifth round, I'm going to take a chance on the center, Robert Patton from Washington. He's 6'4", 318 pounds. He's a power scheme fit. He has a chance to have B and A in a few things. So in the fifth round, you can't really ask for much more than that. He's 22 years old, great acceleration, solid agility, and change of direction with solid speed and great strength. Normal dead with 89 strength. Looking at the draft recap, first round pick, the center we drafted is a 74 overall, and he does have hidden depth, so this is by far the best draft pick that we got in this draft. He has 89 strength, freaking awesome. So we're going to end up making him either a center or guard, probably a guard, and moving one of our guards out to tackle. Second round pick, 67 overall defensive end. Third round, 68 overall defensive end. No one else had hidden depth. This linebacker was a 65, and then the computer drafted a couple guys down here that were in the 60s. See what the rest of the NFL draft recap's looking like. The number one pick was a 71 quarterback that went to the Panthers. Highest in the whole class was a 77 cornerback that went to the Texans in the first round. And then there was a couple of 76 overall guys that went in the second and fifth round. Dang. This is a starting lineup for season 3. Josh Allen is a 98 X Factor. Pitts is up to 78 with star dev. Diggs is a 97 X Factor. Tillman's an 81 superstar. Davis is a 87 superstar. So I ended up moving Bates, he was the right guard, out to right tackle. So the tackles in this offensive scheme are supposed to be pass blockers, and then the center and the two guards are supposed to be power guys. So you can see all of them are scheme fits right now. So Bates was actually better at right tackle than he was at right guard because of his scheme ability. Also, we have Brown here, but he's injured for 1 week. He's a 75. So the offensive line is looking pretty good. Morris is probably going to retire after this year, or if not, he's going to regress heavily because he's like 34 or 35. Defensively, I'm going to keep Ebicom over here at defensive end for this season. The two guys that we drafted are way lower than him. And we still got Oliver, Davis, and Rousseau. Tre'Davious White is a 93 superstar. I moved Elam back to cornerback since we signed Hyde in free agency. So he's going to be our third corner. Forbes is a 77 with normal dev. Julian Love's up to 83 with star dev. And we still got Edmonds and Milano at linebackers. At the midseason point, we're off to our worst start yet. We're 3-4, second in the division, tied with the Patriots. The Jets are 4-2, and the Dolphins are 1-5. Losing Von Miller definitely is affecting the defense. We got 83 million in cap space. I was about to say 93 million. We need to re-sign Tre'Davious White. Definitely want to bring Rousseau back. Micah Hyde's probably going to be done for. Mitch Moore's probably going to be done for. So let's see. Tre'Davious White's 30 years old. I'm going to wait till the end of the season and try to bring him back. By the time the end of the season comes around, he's probably going to drop down to like a 90 or maybe even an 89. Rousseau, he's only 25 years old, 90 overall with star dev. He has like no interest in coming back, so I'm going to bump him up to a 5-year offer. He wants even more. Micah Hyde done with, Morris done with, Bates. He only wants 2 years, 7.9 mil. That's not bad at all. And he's actually pretty decent out there at right tackle. Bump him up to a 3-year deal since he doesn't have a ton of interest. And he's coming back. 59 million left. Elam, he was a first round pick, and I turned down his 5th-year option because he's only a 77 overall and he still has normal dev. But 3 years, 9 point, I don't know. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year on him. Spencer Brown at left guard. Not too bad actually for a starter. Let's bump him up to a little bit extra on a 1-year deal. He's excited to come back. 55 million left, and I think we're gonna be waiting on everyone else. So we had a couple of breakout opportunities here. We won the game against the Raiders 35-17, so let's see what happens with this. Oh yeah, now Elam ends up getting freaking star dev after I decided not to re-sign him. Now he's probably gonna want more money, and he got 10,000 XP. Wow. Go figure. Alright, let's see what the other one, tandem breakout. I think it was for Gabe Davis, the wide receiver, if I remember correctly. And it looks like he didn't get it. That's alright though, at least we got one of them. Time to try to re-sign Elam now. Let's see, he wants a 3-year deal, but he has no interest, so let's try offering him a 5-year deal. He's coming back. I mean, he's been pretty versatile for us. He played safety for us last year, so it's good that he's coming back. End of the regular season, we finished 8-9, and we did not make the playoffs. Everyone in our division went 8-9 except for the Dolphins, and somehow the Jets ended up making it into the playoffs. So each team's taking a step back. See what the player stats are looking like. We had the 6th ranked offense, so the offense is still balling out. It's probably the defense, 25th on defense. Yeah, losing Von Miller made that much of a difference. Crazy. Josh Allen threw for 5,300 yards, 43 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 65% completion with a 107 rating. Still balling out. Kevin Pitts, the running back, almost 1,000 yards, 3.6 per carry with 21 touchdowns. Heck yeah, need that yards per carry to go up though. Josh Allen had 350 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Receiving, Stephon Diggs, 122 catches, 1,700 yards with 18 touchdowns. Gabe Davis, 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns. Cedric Tillman, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. And Dawson Knox, 600 yards with 3 touchdowns. Tremaine Evans led the team in tackles with 128. Milano had the second most with 109. Rousseau had 14 TFLs, and he had 18 sacks. Wow. Ed Oliver had 7. Kevin Graham, the rookie, had 5. Jordan Davis had 2.5. Tre'Davious White had 4 interceptions. Elam had 2. Julian Love had 2. Edmonds had 1, along with Milano, Tate, and Amundsen. The Ravens beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl 17-13 to win their 4th Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson won Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott won MVP of the regular season with the Cowboys. Chris Roberts won Coach of the Year with the Panthers. Our boy Stephon Diggs won Offensive Player of the Year with the Bills. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. We have $72 million in cap space. Definitely going to try to bring Tre'Davious White back. He wants a 1-year deal for $17 million. I'm going to go ahead and bump him up to a 2-year deal. He's coming back. Greg Rousseau, 26 years old. We already offered him a deal, but he turned it down. It was a 5-year deal too. I'm going to offer him another 5-year deal and see what he says. He wants to go to a new team. Dude, you're tripping. How much is a franchise tag you? 16 mil? That's a bargain. About to do that right now. Micah Hyde at free safety. He's done for at this point. He's 35 years old, 77 overall. He probably lost a ton of speed. Mitch Morse at center. He's probably done for as well. He's 34 years old, 74 overall. We don't need Shakir. Probably don't need any of these other guys that are over here. Yep, moving on. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. We're good at everything on offense. The only thing that we need really is a center, since Mitch Morse is 34 and we decided not to re-sign him. Defensively, we need to get another defensive end and we need a free safety. We still have 3 corners because Forbes is here, but he's injured for 7 weeks, dang. But Elam, we saw he jumped up to star dev. So yeah, we still got Milano. He only has normal dev. He dropped down, but he'll still be good for 1 more year. Defensive end, we need that big time. Free agency, I'm bringing in Lewis Seen at free safety. He is 79 overall star dev, 26 years old. Got him on a 5-year deal. Sam Hubbard at defensive end. He is 31 years old, but he's a 78 overall. He's a scheme fit with normal dev. Got him on a 1-year deal. And then I'm bringing in Josh Myers at center, 76 overall. He's normal dev, scheme fit, 28 years old on a 2-year deal. Here in the first round, pick number 15. I'm not happy right now because the Texans screwed me. They ended up drafting the defensive end that I wanted to get, and I waited 1 pick too long. I should have just went ahead and did the trade. But it is what it is. It was a defensive end that was top 5, 100% scouted. But instead, we're going to be drafting this middle linebacker, Clay Britt from Kansas State. 6'2", 241 pounds. He's a run stopper. 21 years old. He has great acceleration, agility, solid change of direction with good jumping, good speed, and great strength. He got hit in dead with 87 speed. Here in the second round, we don't really need a wide receiver, but this guy looks too good to pass up. His name's Timmy Charlton from Ohio State. He's 6'4", 234 pounds, but he's a deep threat, so that means that he's a fast guy for that tight end body that he has. He's 22 years old, and he has good acceleration, solid agility, good change of direction with elite jumping, good speed, and good strength. He only has normal dev with 91 speed. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft this right guard, Eddie McMillan. He's from Georgia, 6'2", 328 pounds. He's an agile guy. He is 22 years old, but he has great acceleration, great agility, elite change of direction, elite jumping, solid speed, and great strength. This guy hit in dead with 91 strength. Nice find. Fourth round, I'm going to take a chance at this pass rushing outside linebacker, Gio Haywood. He's from Michigan, 6'4", 263 pounds. He's a power rusher. 23 years old. He has elite acceleration, decent agility and change of direction, decent speed with great strength. Normal div with only 79 speed, 81 strength, but he does have 90 acceleration. Checking out the draft recap, and it looks like we had a pretty good first 3 rounds of this draft. The middle linebacker is a 77 overall. We saw he had 87 speed, and he's 21 years old with hidden div, 92 tackle, 75 block shed, 84 hit power, 83 pursuit. 76 awareness already, so yeah. Still mad that I didn't get that defensive end, but I'm glad that we got this guy. And then Timmy Charlton in the second round, wide receiver. He was a 74 overall. He only had normal div, but I think I'm gonna end up making him be like our number 3 receiver and maybe trade away Gabe Davis. Third round, right guard, 73 overall. He had hidden div. I got him because I'm thinking I'm gonna move him to center. Always trying to get younger and cheaper, right? The rest of the guys not really worth mentioning. Now I want to go see what that defensive end, what his rating was. Texans took him the 8th pick. Right here. Bryce Holloman, he's a 77 overall. Freaking a-hole, stealing my guy. And he has hidden div. 80 finesse moves, 86 speed, 89 acceleration. Man, I might just have to trade for this guy. I don't know, I'm going to try to do it for real and see, but number 1 pick was a 73 defensive or left tackle that went to the Lions. Highest in the whole class was that guy, Bryce Holloman, along with our middle linebacker and then a quarterback. So yeah, I'm gonna go try to trade for this defensive end. So the Texans want a 1st round pick this year and a 4th round pick this year, 1st round pick next year in order for me to get that defensive end that I wanted to draft. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. We need to replace Von Miller. We've been struggling to do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it and live with the price. This is what the starting lineup's looking like for season 4. Josh Allen's a 99 X Factor. We might need to try to do an upgrade at the running back spot since Pitts hasn't really been developing. Diggs is a 98 X Factor. Tillman's an 83 with Superstar. Davis is an 88 with Superstar. We just drafted Charlton, but I think I'm just going to leave him as a 4th receiver. On the offensive line, I do want to make McMillan the starter at center. He was a right guard that we drafted. Probably try to trade away Myers. I might try to trade away Myers along with some other guys to try to upgrade us at the running back spot. Defensively, we drafted Britt in the 1st round. He's a hidden dev scheme fit, 78 overall. So got Edmonds and Milano. Pretty much got Britt to replace Milano. After this season, Milano's going to be gone. He's on the last year of his deal. On the defensive line, we just traded for Holloman. So he's going to be starting for us. I know we traded 2 1st round picks for him, but I was actually planning on trading up in the draft to get him. So I was probably going to have to trade away a couple of 1st round picks anyway to do that. So it's all the same. I'm going to end up trading away Hubbard. So I might try to team him up with that center to get us a better running back. We got Tre'Davious White, 92 superstar div. Elam's a 79 with star div. Forbes is a 78 with normal div. Brought in Lewis Seen in free agency at safety. So I'm going to go make some trades real quick. I'm trading for a running back, David Montgomery from the Patriots. He's an 87 overall. I'm giving him that center, Myers. He's a 76 overall and a 2nd round pick. I had no choice but to give up a 2nd round pick with it. They wouldn't take any other offer that I tried to do, lower picks. At the midseason point, we were 5-2, 2nd in the division to the 6-0 Patriots, and then the Jets and Dolphins are both 2-5. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have 118 million in cap space. Definitely going to bring back Rousseau and Dawson Knox. Deion Dawkins probably also going to bring him back, and Jordan Davis. Yeah, we have a lot of starters over here that we're going to have to bring back. Rousseau, 26 years old, 91 overall star dev. He wants a 3-year deal, but he has no interest. So I think we had a franchise tag him last year. I'm going to offer him a 5-year deal, and this offer is perfect. Cannot wait to come back. Dawson Knox, 29 years old. He has a ton of interest. Can probably get away with lowering his money a little bit. Nope, never mind. I was wrong. Deion Dawkins, 32 years old. I'm going to wait till the end of the year. He's going to regress some. Jordan Davis, he has some interest. I'm going to go ahead and from a 3-year deal since he's 26. He's coming back. We got $79 million left. Julian Love at strong safety. I'll go ahead and offer it to him. He wants more years. Cedric Tillman, the wide receiver, definitely want to bring him back, but he has zero interest. Man, we took a chance on you when nobody else would. How are you going to do this like that? And now he's excited to come back all of a sudden. All right. Milano, we're going to be moving on from him. Forbes at corner. I'm going to wait till the end of the year and see how he does. Maybe he'll have a breakout thing since we decided to wait on him, like Elam did last year. Came to check out the dev trait for Holloman. Unfortunately, it's only star dev, but that's still okay. And then Britt hasn't been revealed yet. He still needs over 100 reps. End of the regular season, we had a bounce back year. We went 12-5. We finished second in the division to the 12-5 Patriots. The Dolphins went 7-10, and the Jets went 4-13. See what happened with the season stats. We had the 3rd ranked offense. Awesome. Defensively, we were ranked number 12, so defense went way better from 24th last year. Josh Allen threw for 5,200 yards, 50 touchdowns. Holy crap. 15 interceptions, 64% completion with a 109 rating. David Montgomery had 300 carries for 1,100 yards, only 3.9 per carry. What the heck? And then look at Pitts. He's like, oh yeah, you want to replace me? I'm going to get 4.8 per carry. Freaking dude. And Montgomery had 8 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 350 yards rushing, 4.8 per carry with 7 touchdowns. Receiving, Stephon Diggs, 1,400 yards, 17 touchdowns. Davis, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Knox, 700 yards with 13 touchdowns. Dang. Tillman had 600 yards with 5 touchdowns. He only played in 11 games, so that means that he missed, 6 games? Charlton came in, the rookie, so I guess it's a good thing that we got him. But he also missed 7 games, too. The heck? Defensively, Tremaine Evans led the team in tackles with 116. Rousseau had 19 TFLs. And look at all these sacks. Ed Oliver, 22.5. Rousseau, 22. Holloman, the rookie, 14.5. Holy crap. That's what I'm talking about. Interceptions, Tre'Davious White, 5. Milano had 3. Forbes had 3. Edmonds had 1. And Gibbons, a rookie cornerback, had 1. Going to be playing against the 9-8 Las Vegas Raiders in the wild card round. We also have the Jaguars against the Colts, the Patriots against the Browns, and then the Ravens had a first round bye week. We beat the Raiders 38-21. Now we're going to be playing against the 13-4 Baltimore Ravens. Other side, we have the Jaguars against the Patriots. We did knock off the Ravens 42-14. Now we're going to be playing against the 13-4 Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC Conference Championship. They started out as a number 2 seed. They beat the Colts 28-24. Then they beat the Patriots 41-35. On the other side, we had the Buccaneers against the Packers, a 6 seed against a 7 seed. AFC Championship game in Jacksonville. We're up 3-0 in the first. Second quarter, we're up 10-0. Now we're up 17-0 in the second. Third quarter, we're up 17-7. Now we're up 20-7. 20-14, Jacksonville scored. Fourth quarter, we're up 20-17, 27-17. We're up by 10. Come on, 30-17. We won. We're going to the Super Bowl. Going to be playing against the 10-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. Let's see how they got here. They started off as a 6 seed. They beat the Cowboys 31-28. Then they beat the Eagles 27-21. They demolished the Packers 31-7. I'm going to go check out their stats on the season and see who they have on their team. At quarterback, they have C.J. Stroud. He threw for 4,800 yards and 35 touchdowns. At running back, they have Javonte Williams and Cam Akers. So they have 2 good running backs. Javonte Williams ran for 18 touchdowns. DJ Moore at wide receiver. What the heck? He had 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Still got Mike Evans, some computer-generated tight end, and they still have Chris Godwin. Playing in the Super Bowl in Miami. First quarter, we're up 3-0. Now we're up 10-0 in the second. Now we're up 13-0. We're up 16-0 in the second quarter. Going into the third, we're up 16-0 still. 16-3. Fourth quarter, we're winning 22-10. 29-10. It looks like we're going to win the Super Bowl. 29-17, we're still winning. Oh, I spoke too soon. We won. We won the Super Bowl.
When this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off-season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Fresh off of a 29-24 Super Bowl victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the Bills' first Super Bowl, Josh Allen won Super Bowl MVP, Dak Prescott won MVP of the regular season with the Cowboys, Bob Bates won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars, and Dak Prescott won Offensive Player of the Year with the Cowboys. Our boy Greg Rousseau won Defensive Player of the Year, and then Bryce Holloman, that defensive end had to get from the Texans, won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Nice. We have $96 million in cap space. I'm going to try to re-sign Dawson Knox. It shouldn't be that hard. He has a ton of interest. Everyone wants to come back to the team now since we just won the Super Bowl. So offer him the deal that he wants. That's a good offer. I'm glad we got a deal done. Deion Dawkins, left tackle, 33 years old, still worth it. He's an 83 overall star dev. Good offer coming back. Julian Love, 29 years old. Now all of a sudden he has interest in coming back. Let's go to a 4-year deal. We offered him a 3-year deal before. He's happy he's coming back to a great organization. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Milano, we're moving on from him. He's down to a 76 overall. Emmanuel Forbes, I'm going to go ahead and re-sign him. He's pretty cheap. Bump him up to a 3-year deal. He's excited to be with such a great team. Spencer Brown at left guard. I'm going to go ahead and bring him back too. Bump him up to a 3-year deal. He's coming back. Got 56 million left. I think the rest of these guys are all just backups that we're going to be moving on from. Yep. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. We don't need anything on offense pretty much at all. We're good all the way around. Defensively, Holloman jumped up to superstar since he won the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Britt to 82 with star dev. I guess I'll move him to right outside. No, I'll just leave him right there. We don't really need this third linebacker because they basically get no playing time. We could use an upgrade at corner, but at the same time, we just re-signed Forbes. We just won the Super Bowl. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Free agency, only thing I did was I brought in the highest overall punter and kicker, and also I brought in Christian Gonzalez at cornerback. He's 85 overall star dev, and he's only 24 years old. Got him on a 7-year deal. It's going to be the 5th and final season of the rebuild, so I just simulated the entire draft. We didn't have a first or second round pick anyways. Peter drafted a 70 overall free safety in the 5th round, but he has normal depth, so none of these guys are going to be relevant for this last season. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, first round number 1 pick is a 75 overall outside linebacker that went to the Saints. Highest in the whole class is a 78 running back that went in the 2nd round to the Jets. 77 wide receiver that went in the 2nd round to the Eagles. 77 safety that went in the 2nd round to the Raiders. So all the best players went in the 2nd round. That's crazy. This is a starting lineup for the 5th and final season. Josh Allen's a 99 X Factor. We still got Montgomery and Pitts at running backs. Stephon Diggs is a 95 X Factor. Charlton's going to be our number 3 receiver. Nah, Davis is our number 2 receiver, but he's injured for 1 week. So Tillman's still going to be in the slot. He's an 87 with superstar. Offensive line is looking pretty decent. Dawson Knox is 89 with star dev. Defensively, this defensive line is looking nasty. Hopefully Holloman continues his breakout development that he's been doing. We got Edmonds and Britt at linebackers. Lewis Seen and Julian Love at the safeties. We signed Christian Gonzalez in free agency. He's 86 with star dev. So that makes Edom our slot corner, and then Tre'Davious White's a 90 with X Factor. Let's try to get a 2nd Super Bowl on the road to end this thing. At the midseason point, we are 4-2, off to a great start, leading the division. The Patriots and Dolphins are both 3-4, and the Jets are 1-6, simulating to the playoffs to see if we get in. End of the regular season, we finished 11-6 and won the division. The Patriots and Dolphins both went 8-9, and the Jets went 3-14. See what happened with the season stats. We had the number 1 ranked offense. Josh Allen had him another crazy year. Defensively, 27th. What the heck? Why? Josh Allen threw for 5,400 yards, 45 touchdowns, only 12 interceptions, 63% completion with a 106 rating. Solid season from the guy. David Montgomery had 1,079 yards, 4.2 per carry with 13 touchdowns. Josh Allen had another 300 yards rushing with 1 touchdown. Kevin Pitts probably mad. He barely got any carries. Only had 3.2 per carry with 7 touchdowns on 56 attempts though. Stephon Diggs had 110 catches for 1,700 yards and 15 touchdowns. Nice. Gabe Davis, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Cedric Tillman, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Dawson Knox, 800 yards with 0 touchdowns. David Montgomery had 8 receiving touchdowns. Nice. Defensively, Tremaine Evans led the team in tackles with 137, and Britt had 92. Rousseau had 12 TFLs, and he led the team in sacks with 12. But what the heck? What happened to all of our sack production? Ed Oliver only had 5.5. Holloman only had 5.5. Davis only had 4.5. Last year, we had 2 guys over 20. Interceptions, Tre'Davious White had 4. Julian Love, Gonzalez, and Elam all had 2, and then Tremaine Evans had 1 interception. We're going to be playing against the 11-6 Denver Broncos in the wild card round. We also have the Jaguars against the Colts, the Chiefs against the Chargers, and then the Bengals had a first round bye week. We barely beat the Broncos 27-24. Now we're going to be playing against the 13-4 Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow's and 99 X Factor. See what happened with them in the playoffs so far. They were the number 1 seed, so they haven't had to do anything. They're just waiting on us. And we have the Jaguars and the Chiefs against each other. We ended up beating the Bengals 34-31, barely scraping by, advancing to the AFC Conference Championship game against the 12-5 Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs started out as a number 3 seed. They beat the Chargers 28-26, and then they beat the Jaguars 31-26. On the other side, we have the Cowboys against the Commanders. AFC Conference Championship game in Kansas City. We're down 3-0 in the first. Now we're down 10-0 in the second. Now we're down 17-0. Finally scored 17-7. Now it's 24-7 in the third. We got to do something here, man. Field goals ain't gonna count. Ain't gonna work, man. 34-10 in the fourth. We're getting blown out. 34-18. 34-26. Y'all waited too long to try to come back. Got knocked out by the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes outdueled Josh Allen. Mahomes had a 117 rating, 367 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Josh Allen only had a 70 rating, almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he threw 3 interceptions. Elijah Mitchell was a running back for the Chiefs, apparently. We had basically no run game. And then Travis Kelce had 11 catches for 154 yards. Who got all the touchdowns over here? Brandon Payne, no idea who that guy is. Computer generated. Gabe Davis had 1 interception. De'Ami Brown had 1. Rutland had 1. Man, they really got Patrick Mahomes out here with basically no wide receivers. I don't know what their ratings are, but yeah, there's a bunch of no-name guys. And then Travis Kelce's still there. Ooh, you know that Patrick Mahomes got to be stinging after that one. The Commanders beat the Chiefs 40-28 in the Super Bowl to win their 4th Super Bowl, and their quarterback Emmanuel Overton won Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott won MVP of the regular season with the Cowboys. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Traylon Burks won Offensive Player of the Year with the Commanders. Dang. Zaven Collins won Defensive Player of the Year with the Cardinals. This is what the final team looks like. Josh Allen's a 99 X Factor. It looks like Gabe Davis overtook Diggs for the highest overall. He's a 94 now, but Diggs is still a 93 with X Factor. Tillman's all the way up to a 90, but he still only has Star Dev. The heck, Bass Knight jumped up to Superstar? Why? He's an 86 overall too. Progression history. He won the Offensive Lineman of the Year award. I didn't even know they had that. What the heck? What did he do in order to get that? I need to go look at his stats real quick. Did he get 100 pancakes or something? I never look at offensive lineman stats. Didn't even do anything. Alright. Well, I guess because he allowed 0 sacks, maybe? I don't know. So yeah, the rest of the team, I mean, we did pretty good in this whole entire rebuild. Dawson Knox up to 88 with Star Dev. Evans and Britt at linebacker. Britt's up to 85. Holloman's up to 86 with Superstar. Rousseau's up to a 98 with Superstar. Ed Oliver's up to a 91. Tre'Davious White is down to 88. He's probably getting up there. Yeah, he's 33 years old, but he's still a beast though. So altogether, we won 1 Super Bowl. Made it to the playoffs every year except for 1 time. That's going to be it for the video. If y'all like what y'all saw, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Make some suggestions in the comments below of other types of rebuilds you would like to see. I appreciate everyone for watching. See y'all in the next one. Peace.